You know what? No matter what you think, as soon as you see this picture, you gotta understand I'm a character. And so are some of the things that I do. So, I kind of bought this hat as a joke. Because see that boat right there? It's all themed out. It's called American 3.14. And I'll let you figure out what 3.14 is. It actually means something, and when you put it all together, it means something pretty cool. It's the name of my acoustic act, by the way, as well. So, here I have this good little sun hat. On a day like today, I just had to, me and my brother both had to convince my mother to go back inside until later. So, okay. You got left and right. No matter what anybody's talking about, there has to be an objective. We're just picking two different lanes to go into it. How you doing, girl? So, I'll pick a lane. And there we go. I'll take a warrior stance. I get it for God and country, sure. We got a lot of people here, and the way the Constitution was written, it's who's ever God and country. And I don't care what you want to say on that, but then we have to talk about what the forefathers truly meant within some things. But they did leave it open enough, because remember, they came from an area to where there was a totalitarianism, that there was oligarchies and monarchies and they argued themselves a lot, if you think about them. So, as you try to not make history repeat itself, recipes get better because they go through generations. And every now and then somebody adds a little something different. Now, I didn't say they changed the beef or the meat and tried to keep the rest of the ingredients. They changed a slight bit version of the ingredients. So don't put this into gun control or abortion, or I'll crush you on this argument. Because it's dumb. And I get that everyone's allowed to feel that they want to feel. Go for it. I'm about the logic and the way we're talking about it. Especially the way we're talking about it. Not what we're talking about, the way we're talking about it. Because when I wind up arguing with a child, well, my rules get a little bit stricter. And when I talk something through with a compassionate friend, either I learn a better way to give my advice, or I teach myself a better form of empathy. So sure, you can take off your MAGA hats. But why were you willing to argue to begin with? Take that, lift those weights, and then pick a good lane to drive in. Your best one not to impede. I'm not saying don't impede. If you're going to have a thought, you're risking. If you're going to have one thought, you have a risk of offending somebody. Somebody. Oh, and by the way, if that hat keeps the flames away, wear it. Just wear it. And if someone doesn't like it, be so strong that you don't give a insert whatever you need to insert there. But when someone comes up to you with a concern, put yourself out for a minute and think and have some empathy. Guess where you're not going to let that happen? Facebook and Twitter. You should be walking around your neighborhood. You should be driving yourself or kids and inviting people to things in your life. It's funny, I actually don't get invited to a lot of things. But I've done my best to create a lot of things to have people to invite something to. I don't think I was wrong for being a part of that. I saw a lot of good and a lot of wrong happen in front of me as I stood on stage for years. But you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I've even seen a style of writing I would have at a certain time make the collective group go in a way that I wouldn't cherish. So I started writing about other things. The message was true. Always. Always. So, this cute little hat. I think it's funny because it's like a Gilligan thing. In the first houseboat we ever had back when I was a kid, my parents named it Ted's Island, and I felt like a spoiled brat because I had nothing to do with me. Mom just thought it was funny. And I was like, oh God, people are going to think I'm... So this is a little Gilligan hat. With that obnoxious thing on it. And I thought on American 3.14 it'd be funny. And then as I was pulling stuff out today, I could really kind of thought about it. Take one hat off. And what's really keeping the hair out of your eyes? Is it a skull? Flag, and I mean skulls. My bad. I've seen all those gimmicks. It's always cracked me up about certain, I don't want to call them out, but sometimes in rock and roll and just in life, there's a lot of gimmick. And you're talk about freedom actually has a lot to do with you conforming a great deal into a part of society. I'll swim with you for a minute, but I ain't going in the wrong lane.